So dear students, in our last section we have seen the hardware design. Now we know that the design phase is divided into two parts, that is hardware design and software design. Means it's partition into two parts, hardware and software design, because embedded system is combination of hardware and software, and by using this combination the system is able to work. So we have seen hardware design in our last section. We will see the software design in this current section. So, software design involves what? Software design involves working the details of processing to be done in embedded system. Means, what are the details of processing that are needed for that particular embedded system, that we have to find out. Which processing is done, how it should be done, that need is first identified whenever we are thinking about software design. Decomposition of the processing into different tasks. Now you have also seen that you have built your project. So at that time what you have done, you have divided the project into number of modules. Then that module is divided into number of programs, and that program is divided into number of tasks. The same thing is applicable to the particular software design also. So decomposition of the processing into different tasks means whatever processing we are going to do, that should be decomposed or divided into different multiple tasks, so that the tasks can be executed in a parallel way. Calculation of the processing time and resources required for each task. Now, as we have divided our systems working into particular tasks, what is the processing time required for each task, that will be calculated, because it will be different for each task. Each task will have the different processing time. Same way, which are the resources required for each task. Each and every task will try to access the different resources. So according to that, the calculation of processing time as well as resources required for each task are also considered. Then deciding on the use of embedded operating system. Which embedded operating system we are going to use, that also we have to decide according to our requirement. Studying the need for support for communication protocol stack. Now we have studied communication protocols in our first unit. So from that particular communication protocols, according to our system, which particular communication protocol can be used, or is there any need of using the number of communication protocols. If we are using number of communication protocols, then we have to study the communication protocols that will be kept in the communication protocol stack. So for that, whenever we are designing the software, we have to study the need for support for communication protocol stack. Studied the need for embedding the HTTP server software. As now we are dealing with software, and we know that whatever system we are building, that we have to run on the target software. So that's why we have to study the need for embedding the HTTP server software. Study the need for field upgradation of the software. We know that we are using the open source software, and even whatever software we are using, we know that the softwares are upgraded every day. So whatever we are having the software, we should study the need for field upgradation of the software according to the target system's environment. So the software design involves study the need for field upgradation of software also. So according to that, selection of an operating system also plays the important role. Optimized kernel for the chosen processor. Whatever processor we are choosing, according to that we will be selecting the optimized kernel for our processor. Support for languages means which high level language we are going to use for building the particular processor and system, that also we have to think when we are selecting the operating system. Support for the function calls. We know that by using function calls only we are able to do and perform the various tasks. So for that, which function calls are supported by that particular operating system? Footprint is mainly responsible for accessing the memory when the task is executed. So which part of memory is used by the system when it's in use, that also we have to think. Which software components are required for our system? What is the source code of our system? We know that source code is whenever we are having the system, every embedded system provides this source code. So we have to keep in mind what is the source code is capable, and that will be interconnected with the operating system, and the licensing fee. If our particular software if, is open source, then our overall processor's cost is less. But when we are selecting the operating system, we have to consider the license fee of our software also, because that will be also considered when we are uh, finalizing the cost of our system. So when we are selecting the operating system, we have to uh, go through these particular things. So this is nothing but about the software design, which mainly involves all the things that are related to the particular processor, as well as the protocol stack, as well as the servers and the softwares. Thank you.